Yeah. You see the hold on. You see the JVC. Bruv, don't play with the JVC top.
So I know you used to have a JVC video recorder in your house, you know,
Absolutely.
and TV.
Absolutely. Anyway, without further ado, big up before I even start. Big up Arsenal FC 2-0 victory. Every time I go to the Emirates, we always get the W. Always. I haven't been to one Emirates match that we've lost, and I hope to keep that 100% record going. Please, God, don't let me down. Please, you never do let me down. But great first half header by Thomas Partey. And my man Alexandre Lacazette just kill off the game with a penalty. Ain't scored for a hot minute. 2-0. Game done. Leicester send them back up the motorway. Yeah. Big up Arsenal, the Gunners. Anyway, let's start. Dream it, believe it, become it.
Come on down. We ain't ramping today. I want people to realize. You know, if we ain't ramping, I got microphone now.
Yeah, you know it's serious now.
Because Gary T fucked the other one. You know what I mean?
Still ain't got my microphone. Gary's gone with it.
He's gone with it, man. But Amazon, boy, it's incredible, man. I just yesterday said, yeah, next day delivery, so we're all good. They deliver on a Sunday. What more can we say? I don't know why Gary's laughing, the little thief. But
yeah, teeth up my microphones. Yeah,
Amazon,
you can't play with Amazon. You can't. Amazon has just taken over everything.
Yeah, Amazon is.
How can you beat it, Spence? Like it's
you
next
can't.
day delivery.
You can't. £40? What? I said this has to go get a mic because everyone's saying, "Oh, the sound quality Spence and it's echoing Spence." And I said, "Yeah, don't worry about that, man. Big up, Late Show 42. You know, Lions, Miss Ringside."
Yeah, Gary said, "What's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine." Yeah. No, brethren, what's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine. Oh, tight. Yeah, you know the set, Gary. Oh, tight. 1977, Dwight. What's up, bros? Good vibes. Lou Bendrew, good evening, gents. Yeah, we're Miss Ringside, the one and only in the building. Come on. Bruv, we got so much recap yesterday. A lot of talk on this fight. Has to go down thus far. I mean, we're only 3 months into the month, but this is going down as a fight of the year candidate already.
100%. It was an incredible fight, too.
Brilliant fight, and we're gonna talk about it. You know, there was a little sour at the end because we wasn't too sure the condition of Michael Conlan, but he's up swearing. I told man about the swearing thing. He's up on the hospital bed swearing, chatting about rematch, good shot, and you know his humor's there and everything. The CT scan is clear, so you know all we ask is for good health when these young men put their lives on the line for our entertainment, and he's okay, Spence.
He's okay. And also, ladies and gentlemen, how does my mic sound? Because I know, like usually before, I'll be sounding very echoey because I was doing it from my MacBook Air, but now it's different things. So just when you don't tell me like how it sounds, kind of, it shouldn't be sounding echoey. We were treated to something really special yesterday. And who would have thought that British boxing, it's 17 years since we saw Jose Luis Castillo and Diego Corrales go at it like that.
The knowledge.
Right? So to see it, thank you very much, Bobby Wright. So to see it now and to see a fight like that in the UK, brother, we're all winning. I got to turn off my oven to you hear it beeping.
Were you cooking again? Bro, Balfour, this is the original Arsenal kit. And as my man Vision Target shoot said, must be 1992-93 season kit. I'm going to check. I don't even know. JVC kit, Arsenal. JVC Arsenal kit. What year? 93-94 season.
Told
This
you.
is the 1994 season. One of our best seasons, if I'm not mistaken. But, bruv, it's the original top. Ratty was wearing this top. Ratty was wearing this. You see, Christopher Anthony knows the era. He knows the era. But anyway, as you were saying, Spence, before you went and turned off your oven.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, we were treated to something incredibly special last night. And just like Tunde was telling me, no, my man weren't hurt because he knows boxing. Obviously, I don't know. You know what I mean? No, I know boxing. And I heard the pause because I said, I'm not going to get in no argument with Tunde online right now. I know when a man get clipped because I know when someone gets clipped because Michael Conlan has never in his whole entirety of professional boxing fought that aggressively because he's not known as a puncher, but he had no fear. And then maybe it was a fact of like he was overconfident, like it's my destiny to win this crown. But also I've got to say this, and I hope that he doesn't mind me speaking about it, but I know like our thoughts and prayers out with Adam Booth because he lost his mother last week. Right, the trainer of Michael Conlan. So, and he didn't go public with it and all the rest of it, and which I understand why he didn't go public with it.
Bruv, oh, then wait there, Balfour. Bruv, you know how much this kit costs? You can't go buy this kit, this for the standard kit now. It's £100 kit, fam. But anyway, go on, Spence.
Right. So what I'm saying is, my condolences and my heart goes out to all of Adam Booth's family and to the Booth family.
Yes, absolutely.
I've never ever seen. I've worked with Adam Booth. I worked with Adam Booth for my Dave Walker fight, which was BBC Fight of the Year. But I was also working with Tunde for that fight as well.
Yes,
and I remember saying when I knocked down Dave Walker in the first round, I ran to the corner at the end of the round. I ran to the corner. You
ran to the corner like you was running from the police, bruv.
Right? and I jumped. Right. But I remember going back and Adam saying that just be calm and don't exert that energy. So you know how much energy it's going to take out of you. But you're good, so don't worry, just keep on going.
Bruv, you thought you won the lottery.
Yeah, I did. Because I've still got good health today.
Come on.
Right. So, off of that time, Adam knows about the exertion of energy, and Adam Booth is a psychologist. He studied this thing. He knows this thing, right? And he's not just saying it for the sake of saying it. He actually knows this thing. So, when I saw him, when Conlan got dropped it
was a slip.
No, but it's still a punch that administered that hit. No.
It weren't no punch. We went through this last night.
No, we didn't. So therefore, I would say to anyone, go back and watch. He got punched with a shot. No, Tunde.
Man, it weren't. It touched the glove, Spence. It never.
He touched the glove. He touched the glove.
My man's hand kind of brushed on his glove. It weren't no punch. It never touched his face.
He didn't touch his face. So did it touch his body though? Did it touch his body, Tunde?
Get out of it, man.
I'm asking you, did it touch his body?
No, this is why that's the reason why Adam Booth was so livid.
Yeah, but this is what I'm getting to. So yes. Adam Booth came out of boxing cerebral, as we know. He came out of his level of cerebral
composure.
Thank you very much. So the words right out of my mouth, right? 1 second. Can you put some cream on my fingers? Look at these people in this house.
I don't know if you're going to eat it.
Just put the cream on the finger. Just go take the finger. Just like, you need the finger. Cha. Right?
Come on. Right. Man, you Mrs. Tumpy up, you know, in the field.
Right? So he left that level of that composure, that composition that he had, right? He left it because he was so angry knowing that we're winning the fight, but it could be tight and we don't know, and we're on a man's home ground. All these things are running through his head, right? And he lost that level. So I don't know the instructions or when he was instructing his fighter, after that, because I know the energy was more focused on the liberty of the supposed knockdown that wasn't a knockdown. I shouldn't be ruled a knockdown, but I watched the thing and he got touched with something, right? And that's that. He got touched. No, it was a slip off of the canvas, but it was still that the guy threw a shot, and it's through interpretation. And Steve Gray is a very good referee. I don't often complain about Steve Gray's refereeing, and also when he works as a judge, I don't usually argue about it, right? So I think that kind of threw him, but also, and because you've been with a fighter who's had adversity in family passings.
Yeah,
Your mind can't be on it. I can speak from my own experiences. Your mind cannot be on it at that time. It takes a really, really special kind of person to lock off all of that mental baggage and that blockage. So I think that played a part in the fight as well, to tell you the truth.
Well, you could have a point there, and as you say, it depends on what kind of instructions Adam gave his fighter to go out in that. I'm just watching this replay again. This is why, because Conlan shook his hand when he stood up and pointed to the floor as if to say it wasn't a knockdown. Steve Gray administered the count. Adam Booth rushes in, starts shouting at my man.
Did he get hit? Did he get hit with a shot?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get it in slow motion, but it didn't look like a hit. But yeah, I'm watching it in slow motion now. Okay. Right hand. Nah, that was from his back towards me. Let me see it from a different angle. Oh, maybe this is a better angle. Right hook. Top of the head. Right hook misses. Yeah, it kind of pushed him. It's like he pushed him.
It grazed. Yeah, it was a grazing shot.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying that it was a knockdown. As much as it wasn't. You know what I mean? It was a knockdown.
Yes. But as you said, the way Adam Booth got in the ring
was
very out of character, shall we say.
Yeah, for him.
But there was a lot on the line.
Right. Of course there was a lot on the line. There was a lot on the line. There was a lot of pressure. There was I know like you had Todd DeBerth, who's that the son-in-law of Bob Arum, over for this fight, knowing and he's one of the heads of Top Rank, knowing the magnitude of this fight and the importance of this fight, because they would have sold him big out in America. And then you'd have got all of the Irish contingents coming out for this shoot, because when Conlan fights up in Ireland, it's a madness. I mean, that arena was packed yesterday. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, my condolences to Adam Booth and his family off of that.
What you're saying, sorry to cut. So what's basically what you're saying, that based on his mental, maybe because of what had happened with with his family or his mother a week or so previously, it made him act out of character, which had an effect on the fight.
So. I'm not taking nothing away from Conlan, because listen, he's nothing away from Lee Wood, right? Lee Wood is a gangster, right? But what I am saying is that I believe a fight like this, I speak to other people, it's like Adam Booth really needed that win. You know what I mean? And sometimes you can put so much emphasis on getting a win that it takes out your rationale or thinking. And that's what I believe. I believe that he put too much emphasis, because like they were saying, like, because if we go back 10 years ago, Adam Booth was the man to go to. 10, 12, nearly 15 years ago, Adam Booth was the man to go to. When David Haye became, when the night David Haye knocked out Enzo Marcanelli, right?
Yep, I was there.
Yep, so it was an incredible night. Then I was working for Santa, right? That night there, Adam Booth was in demand, right? And that's when they started to call him the Dark Lord. Do you remember that?
Of course,
right?
You're telling.
So, and that was 2008, that fight. You know what I mean? And it was a vicious. It was that March. That fight was March 2008, right? The O2, right? So I'm saying from then, we had that kind of motion and movement towards Adam Booth as a trainer. So I'm saying, when people say that he needed that win, I think because he ain't got no top caliber fighters. But not only that, I don't know if Adam Booth's interest in boxing is like how it first was. I know that he loves boxing, but I don't know if he's in love with boxing anymore. So yeah.
Well, he's had a couple of, I would say a couple of bad months. Liam Williams lost against Chris Eubanks Jr. And then he's got this loss last night. So that's like 2 high-profile fighters in his stable. I think the only 2 high-profile fighters that he's got. Was he training Shannon Courtney? I don't think.
Yeah, he trained her as well, and she lost as well.
Oh, and she lost as well. So listen, everything is cycles.
I'm glad you know.
All I can say is that Adam has had a good run. He had a fantastic run, made his name with David Hay. Ben Davison, Trainer of the Year from the British Boxing Board of Control. Also getting a lot of stick from the boxing community. Even people in here right now. People are saying, bruv, they're dissing Ben Davison and saying that, bruv. What's that? I read it.
I just got a phone call from Conlan McMillan, former WBO World Featherweight Champion.
Yes.
How you doing, Cole?
Hi, Ben.
All right, Colin, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, your line's a bit mooky, bruv. You pay your phone bill?
Nah, Colin lives in a rich part of the land where you don't get service.
Yeah, Colin.
Hello?
Can you hear me, mate?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. No, I'm live right now. I'm live. I rang you just before, but I just want your opinion on the fight of last night. Did you watch the Wood Conlan fight?
I didn't see all of it, to be honest. I saw only sections of it, so I can't really make a evaluation, really.
It was an incredible fight, and I suggest to Colin McMillan that you go and watch that fight. The fight was absolutely fantastic. But if I'd have got you earlier, I would have sent you a link for you to jump on the show. But whereas it sounds like you're on the road, Colin.
Yeah, I'm just flying about at the moment. So yeah, no worries. But next time.
Definitely, massive pleasure. Big up Colin McMillan, former WBO World Featherweight Champion. Nice one, Cole. Take care. God bless, man. All right, bro.
Sweet C. We call him Sweet C.
Yeah.
One of the nicest people in boxing.
Yep.
Balfour, let me tell you that.
He was a nice guy.
Yeah, Balfour. He said, "How can you train people in East London but not in South London? Come on now, bro. Let me tell you something. I'm new to East London, but I've lived in South London for years, or lived in South London for years. I always train people in South. It just so happens that when I came over here, the gym was there. People didn't want to travel. And my thing is London. If you want it as a fighter, you should be prepared to travel. Just like when we were younger, Spence, a man used to travel to all Bromley and Tunbridge Roads to play football and rugby and everywhere like that. So South London ain't far from East London, fam. I used to walk and run in the morning from South London to East London Peacock Gym to train fighters. So if you're from South, I'm in East, you take yourself, your lazy ass, and come up there and get the work. Not you personally, but it's just to say that sometimes, when things are on your doorstep, you don't appreciate them. So, these kids who supposedly want to be trained, jump on the train. You're not kids. Jump on the train and come to the gym. And then we see how it is. Just wanted to clear that up, Spence.
Yeah, I'm glad that you did, because I could tell people when I was living in Foresthill. Tony remembers my little penthouse I had there. When I was living in Foresthill, I would leave from Foresthill and have to go clean over to East London, the Old Street, the Lion Gym. I had to take like 3 trains to get there, right? And go train there with Charlie Magri. This is 97.
Come on. Sometimes I say these youths are too lazy nowadays.
Right. Matthew Barney, former British light heavyweight champion.
Southampton.
Oh, I'm glad that you know. Matt Barney was traveling from Southampton, you know. He would drive down. He used to have a green, brand new Golf. You know what I mean? Matt Barney was from the traveling community.
Yes.
He would drive down from Southampton every day to train a minimum spot. So I don't want to hear no talk out of no one's mouth.
Come on. You go the extra mile if you want to get the reward. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Lies in the camp. Tunde's airline has reduced since the Khan Brook fight. Him and Spence on a level deserve commentary of the century, bruv. I'm telling you.
Come on, man.
That fight made man's hairline reduce. I'm telling you, it's a serious fight.
But you know, it's
happen every week. But I might have to take a trip to Turkey for them to deal with the thing. Spencer's the only man that can make reduced hairline look fashionable. Go on. Anyway, but yeah, back to the Conlan.
Sorry, Sean Collins, and there's no beef whatsoever between me and Adam Booth. Me and Adam Booth are really cool. If you are on Instagram, go to Master Knowledge, you see how you post it, Adam Booth. Like I said, my heart goes out to him because his mother passed away.
Yeah, big up Adam. Adam is doing his own thing. Celebrity outlet. What are you drinking tonight, Tunde? Did you get some distilled water? Bro, I was at Arsenal. I was in the box, Frankie's box, drinking the best foods. I didn't want to come out there, but I had to leave early because I'm not in all that Russian business with the crowds and everything like that. Even though I left 15 minutes before the game finished, there was still so many people moving out. But anyway, in terms of the actual fight, going into that last round, Spence, how did you have it?
I had Conlan up by 1 round. In the last round, going into the 12th round, I had it 103 and 104 in Conlan's favor. That's how I saw it.
Fight Talk TV said, "Hi lads, do you think the early knockdown played against Conlan and made them engage too much early?"
No, like Tunde said, when you see a man effing and blinding the week prior, he was too pumped and he was saying, I want to give it to this guy like no one's business because remember, he's a 2-time Olympian. You know what I mean? He's a World Games medalist. So in his mind, he's thinking anything Lee Woods is bringing is actually beneath me, right? It's beneath me. I'm far superior. And you could see, you could see the work that he was putting in. And I've never seen him stand in the pocket like he has and throw punches with such spiteful and mean intentions. I've never seen it.
But that's the thing, Spence. He's not a puncher.
I know.
He ain't a puncher. And I believe at those lower weights, you need to be able to punch on the world-class scene. You need to be able to punch. And that could really be Conlan's Achilles heel going forward.
Just say that knockdown happened 30 seconds prior. Yeah? Because it happened at the end of the round. 30 seconds prior, and then Conlan goes out and rushes him and stops him, then we wouldn't be complaining. We say, bloody hell, Conlan has blitzed him in 1 round. So
I still wouldn't have called him a puncher.
I'm not saying that he's a puncher.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is I know, unless the point you're making, but I'm saying that Michael Conlan is very well timed with his shots.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And he fooled him as well because when he threw that left hand to knock him down, he threw the shot, he stepped back, and as he stepped forward, he planted his feet and he threw the shot. And if you watch, because I watched that knockdown quite a few times. If you watch Lee Wood as he's standing there, he drops his right hand thinking that he's gonna go for a body shot. And he left himself open because he sends his right hand to try and catch Conlan's hand, to try and catch Conlan's left hand, and Conlan goes over the top with it. So he changed the angle. So he fooled him with the shot. and clapped him boom on the chin and had him over.
But
I agree with you. He's not a puncher because his record doesn't suggest anything that he's a puncher. But what I am saying, he's a good fighter.
Yeah, absolutely a good fighter. But what I noticed very early on, and it played out to be the case, is that Woods didn't care what Conlan was trying. Even when he got knocked down, he was still coming forward, Spence. Because he didn't respect the power. Now, moving forward, Conlan has said he wants a rematch. Do you see any change if there were to be a rematch?
You know what? I know Michael and Jamie really well. They're really cool guys. Right? I'm just going to be real. I'm not too sure the reverberation of the fight and the psychological damage that could have been done in that fight. Right? Because it's not like, we went close and I got robbed on points. Or it was close and I got stopped and it was a cut. You got knocked. And like, you got knocked out. Like, it's only because people got love for you why there ain't loads of memes running around about you.
Bro, yeah? It's only that. Because even me, I was going to gas up the thing on the next level. But because of him being knocked out and then dropping on the floor, as I said, that kind of soured it because we ended up more worried about his well-being than the actual giving Woods the praise that he deserved.
Yeah.
That's what no one ain't really talking about the victory, like that. It's more about Conlan's health and he's back and thank God he's back, which is understandable. We should be concerned about his health and everything like that. But Woods unfortunately cannot enjoy the victory the way I guess that he wanted to.
I think he's enjoying it now, though.
Yeah? Well,
yeah. I think he's enjoying it now. Because there was a picture of both of them together, and you know what I mean? So he's thinking, you're all right now. Now I'm going to celebrate. I'm just grateful that we got to witness a fight of that magnitude.
Bro, the fight was exciting.
Right. It was a very, very exciting fight.
What else is happening?
Celebrity artwork. I just had the bread pudding. That's what I've just eaten.
Bread pudding at 8:30.
That's right. That's right. Ramadan was coming, so all of this is gonna get burned off anyway.
Big up Yoda Bakes. He says, big up the man them.
Come on.
True Blitz said it reminded me a lot of both Frotch versus Grove fights with a brutal KO. You agree with that, Spence?
You know what? Somebody else who said that to me earlier today. I think it was Ron McIntosh that said there were similarities of that fight. And I get what you're saying, but no, as far as I'm concerned, that fight yesterday was better. Yeah,
because there was more trading.
Way more trading.
One got knocked down, got back up. It was an exciting fight, Spence, and that's why it's got to go down. One thing I was saying now, right? I heard Michael Conlan say he got gassed, and I'm saying something don't add up. Like, these are supposed to be experienced guys, top trainers, and you would think. I'm trying to think to myself, why is he getting gas? Because you said he was getting gas from early on in that fight.
Well, you know what? I'm not saying that he was getting gas. I saw that he got hurt with shots.
Okay.
Right? But he was a man, like, even though he wanted it so much, even when he was getting hit with shots and it hurt him, he was just firing back. But I'm telling you this now, wherever I've been fortunate to watch so much boxing, and the interpretation of body language. If a man's aggressing, sometimes he's aggressing because he doesn't want you to know that you hit him with a shot. And one thing I do know is that Lee Wood can punch. You know what I mean? And you could see at certain ends of the rounds, in the rounds where I don't think Lee Wood won, but he'd go back and he was doing this like, yeah, because he's landing. And he's saying, right, eventually I'm going to catch him. And that's what happened. Miss Ringside says, can we discuss David Diamante? There was some crazy stuff about the accident being a hoax and how did he recover in 12 weeks? It's a little strange. Why would he lie?
Bro, the man is busting the empire move.
Listen, that little Jussie, what's his name? Jussie similar.
He's busting the Empire move.
Bro, you know what? Listen, the way how they were talking after the crash, yeah, it was like he's gonna dead, bro.
Trust me.
Right? I see the man come in the ring dancing like he was in Mary Poppins sorority.
Dreadlocks moving like Bob Marley in the bro. His dreads was moving like Bob.
Right. Right, yeah, exactly. Also, someone saying screws in his spine and that. Listen, I'm not saying that. Listen, I'm not knocking. Listen, I don't know. I like Dave Dearman. I like him a lot. He's a cool guy, right? But what I am saying is, a lot of people are saying it's a hoax. A lot of people are saying it's a hoax. You know what I mean? And I'm telling everyone this, you know, if that is a hoax, if it was a hoax, I'm
gonna come back to you, bro. You don't.
Oh, I'm glad that you know that. You can't lie on those things. It will come back to you. Tunde, I remember one time I winded up my parents as a youth, yeah, and I phoned them. I was at my aunt's. I mean, I phoned my mom and dad's house, and they answered the phone, and I said, "Oh, hello, it's the police. We just arrested Spencer Fearon on the road." And my dad was going mad. Dad, what do you mean you arrested my son? I said, "No, I'm only joking. Right? That was in the summer. That was in the summer of '89. Yeah, and let me tell you this, Tunde. When I went out for New Year's for the '89 to '90 New Year's, everyone used to go down West End, go down Trafalgar Square. Used to go down there. Everyone, yeah.
I used to go Chocadero and bust up the fruit machines. Okay, come on.
When I was out on the road, I was on the bus. I was on the bus coming back home. This must be about 2:00 in the morning, and I got nicked. They just and my dad said, "You see, you know why you get arrested?" And I said, "I remember you did 4 and 10 lies, so you get arrested." Right.
I'm telling you, this thing's serious. Mine will come out your mouth.
So if Dave Diamante or whoever put this up and it is a hoax, please God, that isn't, and that he just made some miraculous recovery, like he just took some Popeye spinach and he's back to normal. But if it is a hoax, I'm telling you, God's got something for you. Simple as that.
Don't. I don't even think that's. I can't see why he would lie. It don't make no sense. And if he did it, it's very stupid. Errol Spence versus Ugas fight is coming up. Big fight. Both of them had the face-to-face, the press conference. I'll be honest with you, Errol looks back to normal to me. He don't look like he's suffered no.
Bro.
You know, he looks fresh. It's going to be a great fight. How do you see that fight playing out, Spence?
I think it's a trickier fight than what's expected. Simply because Ugas is riding on an immense high right now. He just got a win over a legend. Now, I don't business how old Manny Pacquiao is. Manny Pacquiao could be 75 years old. It's still Manny Pacquiao, right? And this is Manny Pacquiao that did convincingly beat Broner. He convincingly beat and floored Keith Thurman, right? And took Keith Thurman's unbeaten record. So when we're looking at that, we've got to say, like, you know what? Ugas, that was a good win. Because remember, Ugas was a step-in guy, and I told everyone, I think Ugas is going to be all wrong. You know, muck around with them Cuban, man. Ugas going to be all wrong for Manny Pacquiao. And so said, so done. But this is a different thing. I think Errol Spence needed a fight so he could have that bit between his teeth, right? I think before the fight, he weren't getting them before. I don't think he got those fights where he really had the bit between his teeth. He has to now, because of, you know, the dominance that we're seeing, or have seen, the dominance that we're seeing from Terence Crawford. And before, everyone's talking, Spence Crawford. They're talking about Spence Crawford now, but people are speaking it in the way of Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford will beat Errol Spence. Errol Spence has got that bit between his teeth. I think Errol Spence is going to go out. They've been going back and forth on social media. I think Errol Spence is going to come out and do what he has to do with Ugas. But I'm telling you, that's not an easy fight for him. I still see Errol Spence.
Wade McCleary said Ugas beat Porter, but he didn't get the decision. And I heard what you said, Spence. I heard what you just said.
Yep.
Errol Spence is gonna bruck up you guys. I'm telling you, fam. Errol Spence is gonna bruck up you guys. No disrespect, Errol Spence. Errol Spence is too big, too strong, and his work rate is too much for Ugas. I'm putting that on the line right this second. This man had one of them A-team car crashes.
Bro.
you know the A-team car crash where the car
they spin around 50 times.
spin round, and the man come back and took Danny Garcia in his first fight back and bust up Danny Garcia. And Danny Garcia is one of our guys, you know, he's my friend. You know, we go to the gym, spend time with the family. You know, Danny's our man. But again, he had this terrible eye accident, and he's come back and taken a solid fight. As you said, you guys is a solid fighter. I just believe Terrence, Errol on his day is, as his name suggests, the truth. So we're gonna see. And then obviously we set up the mega fight, which is Crawford against Errol Spence. According to Shakur, Terrence Crawford is the best fighter, hands down, in boxing. That's what he said.
Who said that? Who said that?
Shakur Stevenson.
Oh, said that. Yeah. He did. He said that. He said it on the show last year, Tom.
Yeah. But it's gonna. But I'm telling you, size may play a part in that fight with Terrence Crawford because Errol is massive.
He is massive.
Crawford kind of looks big as well, you know. But let's just get this right. A few fights ago, we was talking about Josh Taylor fighting Terrence Crawford and how big.
And you were saying that you think you could give him a run. I remember that, Tunde.
Yeah, I did think that.
Yeah, I know you did, but I know you've changed subsequently. I don't know changed.
Absolutely, because no, you know, and it's no disrespect to Jack Carroll, great fighter. In my opinion, he's still unbeaten because he beat Josh Taylor. He beat Josh Taylor. He beat Josh Taylor. But he couldn't have done that to Terrence Crawford. No way. He could not have done that. What he done to Josh
Ringside, Tunde. Miss Ring. Hey, what? We have to big up the Snapchat money, bro. Right, Miss Ringside. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Number one, any update or news on Dylan White? 2, have you both considered mentoring and guiding people to get into the boxing business? There is very little information on the internet about the business. And quite rightly so, there's very little information about the business on the internet because boxing is not easy. But when you got, and also when you come to this thing, you literally have to pay your dues. Right?
That is the one. That's the one, Spence.
Yeah,
that is the one.
Right, but what we're living now, we're living in this this microcosmic force, which tells us that we have to be like microwaves now. We're like here and now. You know what I mean? We're here and now. We don't want to sit down and marinate the food and all the rest of it. We'll put it in a microwave, press 2 minutes, and if you see, like, you go look on the packet, it says, "Oh, you've got to cook the thing." You get all upset. You just want to fry it in the microwave. Boxing ain't like that. Boxing needs to be seasoned, and then you cook things. So, like I'm saying, you can eat microwave food, and it can taste nice and all the rest of it. But what I'm trying to say to you, it's not like grandma's cooking when she used to season up the chicken for all 3 weeks throughout it so you can eat it. So there are going to be little about the boxing business on the internet. Reason being because the people who know the business don't want anybody else or outsiders to actually come into the business. So and
I'll be honest with you, I'm talking about our environment because most of the people that you're probably referring to, Miss Ringside, is gonna be people that come from our environment. And one thing I can tell you firsthand, I've advised people from our environment. I've given them knowledge that they didn't know. And you know what they did? They took that knowledge and go run and give it to somebody else and go help someone else. So I'm like, hold on. So you want to come drain out my knowledge and then go and give what I've told you to some other brothers?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So there's always two sides to a coin, Miss Ringside, and it upsets me. Me and Spencer was talking about that. I sat down with one young man, a fighter. I'm not going to call no names. The man had a notepad and pen, took down all the secrets. And then next thing, I'm hearing them get announced with some next random manager. I'm like, cool. Say nothing. And things like that make me not want to give, man. Because you know what? The knowledge is safer with me. Because I can help a man and help them in a way. But guess what? You want to run and go and give these man percentage, but you don't want to come and give me little percentage. But yet you want to draw out my knowledge.
Just like that certain fighter, I know what you're talking about. Just like the certain fighter that signed with somebody else, you know what I mean? And I heard that their trainer come to Tunde and said to Tunde, yeah, we need a sign-on bonus. But yet he's gone to a lesser man than Tunde with lesser profile, and there weren't no discussion of sign-on bonus or anything else like that. They just, but you know what?
Oh my goodness gracious me.
So, like now people come to me and say, why aren't you promoting no more? Why aren't you? And I'm saying, I'm still promoting, but I'm promoting myself. You know what I mean? I'm promoting myself. I'm making sure that I look after my family, my children. And
go on, Spencer.
and I'm just saying, like, things like this in this boxing thing, it's very, when people say like familiarity breeds contempt, it does on another level. But what I've noticed is like certain people are only brave when they're talking to a man like me and you, Ton.
Yeah, because we look like them.
Yeah, exactly.
They get brave.
They're brave. So,
and and again, Spence, I've got a good friend, Shante Mullins. Shout out! You're getting a shout out, Shante. She's a psychotherapist. Nona, we grew up together and everything like that, and she's doing very well in positive mindsets and changing and having impact on people's lives with positive sessions, shall I say. She charges, doing well and a good business. And boxers have approached her and she asked me for my advice. And obviously it's a friend, so I'm gonna give her advice. But I had to explain to her, enough of these youths that's coming to you chatting about they wanna, because there was one particular guy, again, you don't know, I'm not calling no names, so you don't know. I'm just giving the fighters right, the background, the backdrop. The kid has had 2 amateur fights or 3 amateur fights, and he wants to turn professional. so I'm like, bruv. Well, I never called her bruv, but I'm like, what these young people need to understand is this is professional boxing. It's fighting. It's a serious business. Now, I have to ask my question. I have to ask myself the question, and you have to ask yourself the question. What would make the young guy want to turn professional after only 3 amateur fights? That's the question. And you know what the answer is? Because you don't want to work. You don't want to put in the graft.
Yeah.
You go and turn professional after 2-3 amateur fights and see. People looking at Anthony Yard. Anthony Yard is a phenom. He's a phenom. People like Anthony Yard don't come around every day. It's not everybody. They want to look at Anthony. Oh, we only had 12 amateur fights. Obviously, he had a great trainer or has a great trainer. But the fact is that he has the drive, the will, the inner spirit, and the work ethic to make something of himself. And I just feel that a lot of these guys, even Bilal Ali, a lot of these guys, they've been around me since they're 12 years old. They've been around me since they're 12 years old. They didn't just pop up on the TV. So all these kids who want all these mentoring and advice and everything, let me tell you something. It boils down to hard work.
1,000,000%.
You got to put in the hours, you got to pay your dues. Put in the hours, pays your dues. Then go and read the books like The Secret, The Law of Attraction, all of these books. Enough of you youths are reading these books thinking you're just going to pop it, start saying, oh, I am a champion, I am a champion, I am a champion. Repeating that every day, and then you're going to wake up, be a champion. Guess what? You repeat, I'm going to work. You see, you read your Law of Attraction every day and see what happens when you come in against a man that's dedicated his whole life 15, 16, 17, 18 hours a day to the sport. It don't work like that. You have to work hard, put in the hours, and then, as I always say, you reap what you sow. And that's the key. You reap what you sow. But it's not, I'm telling you, I am a champion. I am a champion. You there repeating that 8 hours a day, but I'm putting in work for 8 hours a day. And you see who's gonna win. I'm gonna win. So anyway,
Press the button.
It's always a subject which when I'm mentoring kids, because me and Spencer, we do that. You know, and I'm in a gym, box up crime, big ups Stephen Addison, doing great work. MBE, another young man that I mentored, used to be in the gym 5 a.m. in the morning with me, had his own dreams, had his own aspirations, went and built an organization which is in many countries. And, you know, boxing crime is successful, sponsored by Adidas. Great. And this kid, he works so hard. So we do that, Miss Ringside. We do mentor people. But I'm being honest with you. If you ain't willing to put in the work, don't expect a reward.
Simple as that.
Go on, Spence.
Simple as that.
Covered.
Now, let's move on.
Balfour said, I am a champion. Bro, that's what enough of these kids think they can do. Just say, I am a champion.
Gary Green's got a really good question there.
Come on.
Gary Green. Go, you'll find it. He was at 8:40. And he says, Ben Davison, showed that he has zero class, celebrating and gloating while a fighter lays seriously injured on the floor. Now, I heard this from a couple of people. And there you go. You see it there. Right, okay. So big up Gary Green. And quite a few people have rang me over this. Quite a few people in the professional game have rang me over this and said, nah, that went right. I'm going to put that down to inexperience and youth.
Yes.
Right? But then also I'm going to say, like with Ben got propelled into big time boxing for working with Tyson Fury. So he hasn't been able to learn the ropes because he's been propelled right at that level early on. So the spotlight's on him. And I found that a little bit distasteful myself, but in saying that, I don't think that makes Ben Davison a bad person. I just think he done a bad thing or a wrong thing that is going to be interpreted as being bad at that time. Because look at it, a lot of people are on this young man's case, you know, like what they call him, boxer size Ben, right? A lot of people are on his case, and you could see by the way he jumped into the ring to hug Lee Woods because he knew Lee Woods needed a knockout in that last round to be victorious, and he got it. Right, he got it. A lot of people also complained about him. How he had his arm on the bottom rope,
the rope
on
thing.
the step, which is something that you are not meant to do. It's in the rule book.
Yeah,
right. You're not meant to do that. You're not even meant to be on the. You're not even meant to be on the steps.
Yeah. They warn you every time. You're not even supposed to shout. You're not even supposed to shout.
Listen to me. But I shout regular when I'm in the corner.
Yeah,
that happened to me loads of times. I remember when we was in Singapore when Troy was fighting for the IBL featherweight title. We're out there, and I was on the second step, and one of the officials came over to me and he went, "Get off of the bloody step!" Some little Australian man. Right? And because the fight was going on, I'm saying, like, you know what? Don't worry. But afterwards, I'm gonna punch you up. You know. I said, "I'll watch," but. I went to the guy and the man apologized. He said, "Look, I'm just doing my job, Spence. And like, you're not meant to be on it." And it's the truth. You're not meant on the steps. So here, I'm seeing a little young whippersnapper sitting, perched, right, with his arm on a rope. You know what I mean? And also, if we go back to the fight along, I'm saying he and Barry Smith, he works in the corner, they look demoralized. You know what I mean? They look demoralized because Lee Woods was losing that fight, but he was in the fight, but he was losing the fight. So when Ben jumps in the ring now and hugs him and all the rest of it, because he knows he's getting a lot of stick right now. He's getting a lot of stick. Everyone's praying that, nah, Josh Taylor. Rumors are Josh Taylor's going to leave him. Rumors are Lee McGregor's going to leave him. Right. So when he's getting that now, he saw one of his fighters come out victorious, and did he snatch victory from the jaws of defeat?
Yeah.
But I still don't commend him mocking like about the punch and all the rest.
No, but what I'm saying is, why am I echoing, Spence?
I don't know, bro.
Check 1, 2. No, it's not echoing now. Yeah.
Right, cool.
What I was saying is that celebration. It wasn't a reaction more so to Conlan getting licked out the ring, as you said, and it has to be made known that he was just so elated.
Yeah.
That his fighter grabbed victory from defeat. He knew he was out, and so the celebration was more of a reaction as opposed to someone gloating on someone getting clapped out the ring. So I don't think that he should be judged for that. He shouldn't be. And as you said, people forget Ben is learning on the job. He's learning on the job.
Kurt Campbell just told me something here, yeah?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Kurt Campbell, I like that. More than stick, he's getting investigated, LOL.
By what?
By the Board of Control.
For what?
They're gonna maybe it's for being up on the rope part. He's getting investigated, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna look at
Kurt, I need some clarification.
Like, yeah, because it was fireman still.
You can't be saying man's getting investigated. Investigated by who? The board, police, the fans? Who? I need to know the facts. All I'm saying is that
what I'm saying is this now, yeah. If Tunde was on the top rope, he'd get a lifetime ban.
Trust me.
I don't even know that part there. You know what I mean? You get a lifetime ban.
No, because he was on there and nobody was saying nothing. Nobody was saying that. So I didn't understand that. Like how he was allowed to do that with nobody even picked it up. It's confirmed he's getting investigated by the British Boxing Board of Control. No, I haven't seen anything.
No, I haven't seen it. You know what? I've been so busy today.
Man said Kurt's a fed. No, I haven't seen it. I need to see that because I haven't heard anything about. And my initial reaction is, what is he getting investigated for? What's he getting investigated for? Other than the fact that people have said that he rubs people up the wrong way, but I think that just comes with the territory. He's a young kid. He's at the top of the sport. Let's not make any bones about it. And a lot of the let's say the older guys or the old guards probably look at him and think, what's this young kid doing up here?
What I think a lot of the trainers were upset about, or
I'm not one of them. I'm telling you that for free.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, which were upset when he said, "Well, the problem, you can't be one of them," because he said that the trainers are lazy. I haven't seen a trainer work harder than you, Tunde. So forget that one. Me and Tunde have conversations at 4:00 in the morning because that's the time he's up, and I'm up early. So Tunde's on his graft. So it was in reference to you. So therefore, you're what's the word? You're alleviated from that energies. But what he did say is that I work my ass off. I come in the game, I work my ass off, and a lot of you trainers are lazy. That's the problem. You're just lazy. So people are gonna look on that and take offense by it. They're gonna think, you know what I mean? But you say about lazy, but you're working with Barry Smith.
So what are you trying to say? Barry Smith's lazy?
I can only go visually because Tunde, I'm 48 years old.
What do you mean visually?
Listen, he's a bit of a lump, isn't he?
Brother.
No, I don't miss that. Listen.
But he might work hard though.
Work hard, what? If he's working hard, he wouldn't be that big.
Anyway,
because I remember Barry from back in the day, he was a muscle man, proper henchman, used to push bare weights. So no, spare me.
Oh yeah, big up Thomas Newell. He said while the Fury won, Ben got pulled off the steps.
Thank you.
And again, I guess it's just a lack of experience. Maybe he thinks he can do things which are not in the rules, but has to be told about them. Like he'll learn, innit? Like he's so young. Again, I'm looking at the fact how young he is and the level of the sport he's at. For him to maintain that it's gonna be something, you know.
Of course it is. But you know what? I still got props in trainer of the year.
Yes.
By British Ball Control, trainer of the year. So is
that the same board that's now investigated him?
Yeah, the same board. The same board. Right. But you know how it goes. And I think I'll tell you the next thing that I'm really enjoying. I'm really enjoying the fact that the British Border Control are under a lot of scrutiny right now. And because they're under that scrutiny, they are putting in that work on anybody now. You know what I mean? They're putting that work in because, you know, certain things have to be changed. Certain things have to be addressed. You know what I mean? I'm going to be real with you. I don't like the way how they only reprimanded Ian John Lewis. And they went hard on Ian because he's no longer...
Do you think he's been made a scapegoat?
Well,
look at that. As I said that, you know, Vision Target Shoot said the same thing.
Not necessarily, because a lot of people have been complaining about Ian John Lewis for a hot minute. There have been a lot of people have been on Ian John Lewis for a hot minute. Now, what I'm saying is this: because so many people have been on him, and because so many people were saying, "Oh, well, you know, Ian John Lewis, like even refereeing, he pulls certain things," and I'm saying I believe that he sees things the way that he sees things. But do I think there is a bias to a home fighter, a bias to a champion, a bias to, you know? And I've been in boxing a long time, and so's Tunde. I've never seen no fixed fights. I've never seen no brown paper bags being exchanged, even when I've been promoting, right? But what I do know is this, is like in boxing, you got your own little clique. So, I mean, Ian John Lewis works a 9 to 5, like most of these referees do. You know what I mean? It's very rare to say that you've seen a referee from the UK, I'm talking, who is like really rich. You ain't seen a rich man in it, right? It's a working man sport from its origins. Most of
Mick Collier's rich.
No. Mick Collier is rich, but he's not a judge. He's not a referee. He's not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But he's a head of
Mick Collier's gone. But that's another thing. We don't even talk about. You know what I mean? You got to drive like you get onto Mick Collier's land and you think you'll reach his house. You got to drive another 2 miles to get to his house to her.
Yeah, right? Trust me, Mick's the man. Anyway, let me just say big up Mick Collier, Uncle Mick, we call him.
One of the real ones, one of the absolute real ones of boxing, right?
Yes,
the head of the Southern Area Border Control. But what I am saying is this, right? They get taken in with, they enjoy the fact of being star referees. You know why? Because the spotlight's on them. You're a referee, you're a judge, spotlight's on you. You enjoy it so much. You enjoy that you get flown all the way around the world and you're getting comped. You're not necessarily getting no brown paper bag, but you're getting comped. So I think somewhere in the psyche of the subconscious, they say, right, I don't want this to go away. So therefore, you could maybe have a unseen bias to a home fighter. That's what I'm saying. Because, you know, like, I'll get away from the wife for this week because I'm working the fight in Scotland. And like we're saying, the 5-star hotel, bed and breakfast, the promoter takes out for a meal prior to the fight, all of them kind of things. You know what I mean? You get kind of accustomed to these things. So that, I believe you get accustomed to it. And sometimes judging fights is hard anyway. I'll be real.
Very, very, very. Because it's subjective.
It's subjective.
You know, and it's perception. And there's angles. Sometimes you think of a punch has landed, but from the position you are, whatever side of the ring you are, it may not look like it never landed. So it's always gonna be, you know, discrepancies because you're looking at the same thing from different angles. And that's why refereeing and judging is such a hard job.
It is a very hard job.
I do agree with what you said about you know, judges and refs wanting the job the next time round. Bro.
Bro, I'm telling you.
I remember Dean Powell used to take all the refs and that, bro, to Caravaggio's down Campbell, feed them up with some Italian food, some pasta, some pizza. They're refing the next day. And make sure you ref the right thing. But that's what I say. You have to go for the KO. I'm a KO merchant. I don't train fighters to go points. Because a knockout is the ref. When you knock man out, that's the ref. So I just like my fighters or the guys I train to have that mindset. I know they say you shouldn't look for the knockout, but I told my fighters to look for the knockout. It's just different ways. It's just the way people approach the sport. But yeah, I see Michael Buffer is worth 400 million because of "Let's Get Ready to Rumble" catchphrase copyright. Facts. That's actually a fact.
Yeah, bro. Have you seen his house?
He's a man. The fighters are taking the tubes to the fight, and he's rolling up in his white Rolls Royce.
I'm telling you.
So big up Michael Buffer. He's done his job. The guy loves boxing, been around for years, and that was one of the smartest things he ever done. You know, to copyright that phrase. "Let's get ready to rumble." MA says Tunde is a likable guy. I wish he showed this side of him more in the media interviews. Man gets unfair stick. But I do show this side. I've always showed this side. It's just that I think in the past, when you attack me, I'm coming back strong. And there was a point in my early career where I think, people who had a different kind of want for me showed that side more than this side that you're seeing. Hence why I said that me and Spencer have to have a show like this where we get a chance to show who we really are. Does that make sense, MA? Yes, sir. Yes,
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. It is what it is. You know what? I was going to talk to Dion Juma today,
Dion Juma, yeah, because he's got a big fight against Richard Riakporhe.
But let me get his trainer Gary Logan just to get Gary's opinion.
Even getting Richard on will be good.
Yeah, it would be. You know what I mean? But yeah, let me phone Gary first and see what I got.
Both of us are folding, man.
Who you phoning, Richard? Yes, Gary Logan. You sound like you're on a train, boss.
All right, bro.
All right, Gary Logan, you're live on The Fight Is Right. Let me just big up the Shogun Logan. What was it? 2-time Southern Area champion, 2-time British title challenger, London ABA champion. Way back, what was that? Like it was like 86? 88. Nah, man, it's 86, bro. Shut your mouth, man. Nah, Gary was.
86, I could tell you was, I think, Darren Dyer. Would have been Darren Dyer. It was 1986.
Nah, you know what? Darren Dyer was another monster. I might have to bring Darren on there just to get you little younglings on there.
Big puncher.
Vicious puncher. Yeah, Gary, you are now training. You got Dion Juma in a massive fight on the 26th of March. Was it Wembley Arena against Richard Riakporhe? I know that you was meant to fight Lawal. What happened in that fight, Gary? Can you please inform the listeners?
In the fight with Lawal?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, it fell through. We believe his team suffered an illness. So that was the reason that was given, and that's what we're going to go with. And now Dion gets to fight for something much more than something. Richard's got a very high world ranking, so there'll be a title at stake, and obviously it just looks like it's effectively a world title eliminator.
Okay, that's a big fight. So world title eliminator, what's that for the WBA title? Then would it be?
Yeah, I would imagine so. Richard's highly ranked at both WBC and WBA, I believe. So I believe that's what's going to be at stake. That is at stake.
So is it more of a something like you guys are going out to spill the apple cup because there's been a lot of press. There's been a big mechanical movement with Richard going with boxer, Richard Rapport going with boxer. You mean, why do you think your fighter, Dion Juma, will come out victorious in this fight?
I think experience, past experience, all what Dion has done well in the past, him being 2-time ABA champion and him being unbeaten to this date, mentally is very good for him. Mentally, they've sparred as well, and sparring and sometimes fight night is different. Richard, until this point, has been able to step up on fight night and developing and producing an unbeaten record. But you know what? To take a fight against a Dion Juma, I commend Richard, because to take a fight against a Dion Juma at such short notice, you haven't sparred a southpaw, let alone sparred someone who moves as well as Dion. That's a really tough night's work. So I can only say that I believe they probably take it to in the belief that Dion has been out he's only had one fight in 2 years, and they still believe he's rusty, and they can take advantage of that. But I think that's going to be a costly mistake to have fought that.
We are totally looking forward to this fight, and also you're doing some great stuff down at the BXR boxing gym, right? You're the managing coach there, or right?
Yeah, I'm the head of boxing, so I'm head of the boxing team. I recruit all the coaches, and at the same time, I head up the professional boxing side of it. I coach not only Dion, but I coach unbeaten super welterweight, former Southern Area champions, just signed with MCK, Dino Richardson.
Yeah, that boy can fight, you know.
Yeah, Dino can whack. But he's getting better. He's becoming more, in the time that he's had out, he is becoming more well-rounded and understanding the game better now. And we're going to see that when he comes back on April the 15th. And then I'm also looking after former Southern Area cruiserweight champion Nick Parker. So, Nick's looking to make inroads into getting into the top 10 and fight for the British title at some stage down the road.
Okay, you know what, Gary? I'm just going to tell you, Rego, we wouldn't mind getting Dion on the show right this second just to ask about this fight. I might even get Richard Rapport on it, but just to ask him about this fight. If it's not gone past his bedtime, because I know he's in training. Yeah, he's in training camp right now. I'm so looking forward to that fight. I'm looking forward to that fight. It's a great fight.
It's a great fight because the game needs. It's salivating because it's 2 unbeaten records. 2 Londoners, one from, obviously one from West London, one from South. And, they've got history. They've sparred well. They've sparred very well together. And they both obviously believe that they can win this fight. And that's what makes it all the more salivating. The fact that, it's just personality-wise, they're 2 very headstrong men who believe they should be going places. Dion's always believed he's world-class, and he now gets a chance to jump straight in and prove to the world and show the world just why he is that, why he should be considered that, So I'm looking forward to it. As I've always said, my fighters, I've always pushed fighters hard, but I push them harder because I have worked with Dion Juma. I have worked with someone that doesn't leave any stone unturned and wants to be a good fighter and fight the best out of it. Dion's not afraid to do that, and that's why he's jumped at the chance even at 2 weeks' notice.
2 weeks' notice. Listen, I'm also turning around saying this. Like, I believe that this fight, and I think Tunde, you can back me up on this one, Tunde. I think this fight is about trainers. Like, with Richard Rapport, he's trained now by Angel Fernandez. Angel Fernandez recently, after we were on our show tour, we were speaking about for him to let us know of his lineage as a trainer, not in a disrespectful way, but in out of curiosity, I want to know who he worked with. And then the next day, Tunde, on Talk Man, give out his whole resume that he worked with some Cuban coaches and book, and all the rest of it. I think it was.
What notable Cuban professional coach do you know, Spence?
There's no notable professional Cuban
Well,
coach.
I'm just asking the question. I don't know. I ain't heard of no Cuban notable professional coach.
Well, there's Rubio,
and there's Salas.
Salas, Salas is the one.
Right,
yeah.
Right. So maybe he worked with those two. But like I said, over what period of time did you work with them, man? And what was you doing when you worked with them, man? But this is what I find it interesting because I know Gary Log was old school. So I'm salivating for this fight. I'm gonna be real. I'm salivating for this fight. I'm so looking forward to it.
How can I ask a question, Spence? How's Dion? How's his preparation been going, Gal? How's his mindset? You know, what's he looking like in the run up to the fight?
Wow, you know what? Dion is. When I look at Dion, I always think about Marvin Hagler. I always think about
Come on.
And not Marvin Hagler when he became world champion, but Marvin Hagler in his bid to become world champion when the road for him was so tough, turning professional. When he'd been a national AAU champion as an amateur, but his first fight, you think about it, Sugar Ray Leonard's pro debut got $40,000. Marvin Hagler got $400, you know, and
$40, Gary. You got $40.
Sorry?
Marvin Hagler got $40 for his pro debut.
It was. You know what?
You're tired, but I can hear you're tired though.
Isn't it?
Yeah, 40.
400.
Yeah, right. No, but I hear you're tired, so I'm gonna allow you on that one, Gary.
But nevertheless, so you can understand how desperate Marvin was to attain success and obviously to get paid, and he had to do all sorts of tough things to do that. Dion's had that. Dion has had illnesses. He's had injuries. And let's keep it real. You know, before this fight, I'll take my hat off to Richard because I know for a while Richard was one of them guys. They weren't interested in fighting Dion. We had Isaac Chamberlain pull out against Dion. We had Chris Billum-Smith pull out against Dion. I truly believe this fight was being put upon Richard, and for some reason Richard just suddenly said, "Let me fight this man now." Get him now while he's rusty.
I disagree with you. I disagree with you.
Shake off this rust. You know what I mean?
I disagree with you, Gary. I believe that with how the plyometrics of boxing is now, you're a top star billing boy, Richard, where you're fighting. Right? They gave you a squeeze. They gave you one drunken Eastern European man to fight. Then they brought over some Nigerian man, Tunde. The Nigerian man was older than my dad, Tarated. And my dad's been good for 17 years, right? So they could give you them two Billy man to fight. Cool. Now you're gonna have to go fight somebody. And that's all I believe that has happened. And they said, well, who's there? And then unfortunately Wild pulled out, injured. They said, it's Dion Juma. Yeah, that's a wicked fight. Because Dion comes with pedigree, he comes with a legacy of the things that he's done in the amateurs because he was an ABA champion and all the rest of it. So they said, right, two-time ABA champion. So we said, well, we can sell that.
And the only loss he had in the amateurs was in the ABA final.
Right, exactly. Right. So they say, well, we can sell this fight. This fight can sell because right now boxing's under scrutiny. So you can't be putting some guy who is like top billing and giving some little billion man to fight. You can get a squeeze on the two idiot man that you got to fight the first time out. Yeah. And seriously, they were ridiculous. Brother, the Nigerian man that he fought the other day, yeah? Was it? No. Go on, Tony.
Yeah. Before I say what I was gonna say, big up my mastery. That's Shante Mullins, the psychotherapist that I mentioned earlier. Thank you for the contribution, love. I done plug you already, so I want some money for that. That's the $8.99 I'm getting. But yeah, Spence, I was gonna say that let's not forget that Richard Riakporhe has actually got wins over Chris Billum-Smith and also McCarthy. Now, if you look at that, that's quite good going, Spence.
That's excellent going. It's not good going. It's excellent going.
Because one has went on to be the European champion. And I think Billum-Smith won the British, the Commonwealth,
and
and
the
the
European.
European, and the European. So and he holds stoppage victories over both of those guys.
Right, and this is no disrespect to him, man. You know when they took advantage of a power vacuum. The fact that Dion had lost his license for a while, they could remain active. Dion worked with no big promoter at the time. They were with big promoters. Do you know what I mean? Everything happened at the timing was perfect for them to reach the ascendancy in the power vacuum, where rightfully this is the question: what has happened to Dion Jr.? Why is Dion Jr. a former two-time ABA champion? Why has he not reached the heights? And all I can say to that is that, life has thrown a lot at my man, both in injuries and illnesses. And obviously, we know that he lost his license due to eye concerns, but obviously that has now been rectified. He's got his license back. So while all this was happening to Dion Jr., and his very character and his very psyche was being tested by all what he wanted, by not being able to achieve what he wanted to achieve, these men took advantage of it. They worked hard in the gym. But I know for a fact, Dion, if you said to me, you got a title fight coming up, the last man on your list, this is like, what do you name that in Rocky 2? What's Thingamab's name? Apollo Creed's coach's name again. What's his name?
Tony, Duke. Huh? Tony Duke, my man, Duke.
Yeah, and he said, listen, you don't need this guy. You don't need no southpaw. You don't need this guy. And this is the scenario now. Nobody wants to fight not only a southpaw, but a southpaw that moves. You put it this way, right? This fight has come at such short notice. There is no way they have found anybody that can move like Dion. There is no way. That in itself presents huge difficulties for them. Dion's met many men that move like Peter Smith and Richard Rapport. They've not met anybody that moves like a Dion Jr. And so that for us, that is a huge advantage in preparation, knowing that it's going to be so hard, for them to replicate what they need to do to be successful against someone like Dion. I know what's good. It's just like what T used to say about Andy Young. You know how to get him beat because you coach him. This is the same with me and Dion, and I believe that Richard's firepower is reputable, but it's only reputable if you stand in front of him and let him touch you on the during that right hand all the
time. I always say a puncher is a puncher against who he's fighting.
I'm doing that,
Well, Gary, I'm so looking forward to this. Thank you for your time. Thank you for jumping on. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man. Thank you very much, Gary, man.
We go way back, man. So it's always a pleasure.
Yeah, man. You punched some sense into me years ago. But don't worry, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my revenge.
Thing happens for a reason.
It does, for real.
Come on.
To go on to greater things.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. But Gary, big up, man. Thanks for jumping on. Yeah, respect. All right, check if he's available. Wouldn't mind hearing from him right now. But if not, we can grab him for next week to Taylor on shift. All right, my brother. Take care. God bless.
Take care, Tunde. Look after yourself.
Big up, Gal. Big up. Keep doing what you're doing, my man.
That was Gary Logan, the trainer of Dion Juma. I'm telling you guys, tune into Sky Sports, boxer. That fight is going to be serious. Look, Gary, you're winding me up here. You're not doing your job. There's some little idiot trolling and you're not blocking them.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Gary's them in his Yorkshire pudding. But I was going to block him, but I thought Gary would have blocked him.
No, block. I'm not in no long talk with you.
Let me block him. See you later, mate. You're gone. He's gone, don't worry. Gary's not even on the thing. Gary's gone he's sleeping right now.
Yeah, of course he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I blocked him.
Like I'm saying, I'm not in a long talk with no little idiots.
That was kind of interesting, insight there by Gary Logan, trainer of Dion. And it's going to be interesting because, again, Dion's one of those people that may have been overlooked. Certainly not known by the wider boxing public, but people in the trade know.
The insiders, we know who he is. He's a good fighter.
I mean, I remember early, like just before he had the eye problem. He came down and sparred with Anthony, you know, and I remember that. And he was, it was good work. It was good work. But shortly after that, he had a problem with the eyes. So,
Anthony mash up him eye Tunde.
what's behave yourself, man? Behave yourself. But I remember at the time watching Dion spar, I always knew he was a good fighter. He was a good technical fighter. And he's had some good wins since then. He's still unbeaten. And you're right, Spencer. It is gonna be quite an intriguing fight. I tried to message Richard Riakpo, tried to get him on, but I know he's a very serious, strict.
No, he's most probably in bed. He's most probably in bed right now.
Trust me, Richard don't play with this thing.
Okay, yes, Dion's up for it. Dion's gonna jump on. So I'm going to
273 people with us on a Sunday evening. Press that like button, subscribe. And let me just say, thank you, everyone. We're up to 11,000 subscribers.
Come on.
11,000. Keep it coming. Keep supporting. Keep growing our channel. Because without you, we would be nothing. The mayor of Brixton avoided maybe, but has never done anything to push himself up there. Bare talk over the years and will get sparked for it. Bro, Mayor of Brixton, big up the Mayor of Brixton. Let me just say, the Mayor of Brixton, I see him Friday night, met him outside, great brother, very supportive.
Proper guy, man. Proper guy.
And listen, big up the Mayor of Brixton, and obviously he's supporting the man them. And I'm being honest with you, I'm a sat man as well, so bruv, I have to roll with Richard. So big up RZ, he says, Tunde, your thoughts on Dan? Dan is another family of ours. You see the picture of me, Dan Aziz, and Anthony on Friday night. It's all a big family here, man. We're all, we all want the best for one another. And, everybody is out for that prize. Everybody wants to be world champions. Not everybody can be a world champion. Your paths may cross at some point, but we just support one another. We're following really like how it is in the US. You see these fighters, they're all together, but when it comes down to it, if they have to fight, they have to fight. But Dan is a fantastic fighter, very, very strong. He knows, he calls me uncle, always respect. I know the auntie, we're all family. But Dan is a great fighter, and Dan's a problem. That is a problem, bro, because when he start throwing down them Nigerian licks on you and he start coming with his little Marvin Hagler shorts, the velvet and the robe, Dan ain't a joke. Dan is on things. So big up Dan Aziz. Beautiful guy as well, man. And Dan will bear me witness when a lot of fighters were doing an exodus on his trainer. I'm the one that said to him, stay with your trainer. Loyalty, there's a great reward for loyalty. And since then, he went on to win the Southern area, the English, and now the British. So again, loyalty pays. Big up Dan Aziz. Come on. Shop Myanmar Street again. Bruv, the money's increasing, Spence. The money is increasing. We better start shouting at Shante a bit more, fam.
Listen, every time she's doing them little psychology things with the youth, them she's getting big though.
Yeah, big up Shante. Myanmar Street services, and feel free to promote your thing on here, Shants. We're always supporting. We come from the same ends. We grew up on the same ends. We're big people with children now, and it's great for me to see how life has rewarded us for just being good people, good-hearted people, and now it's great that we can give back some of the experiences that we shared growing up to the youngers, and not all of our experiences were good, and we can just really show them of the pitfalls of taking or making wrong turns when you're younger, and turning it all around. So big up Myanmar Street again, 1799. feel free to add another 0. Because me and Spence were in the
We need
Snapchat.
another 0, another 2 zeros.
Another 2 zeros. You know, we live for Snapchats. Wave says, Tunde, shout out your son Josh. He's a big baller. And
Come on.
you know me, man. I'm very, where my son's concerned, I only just really started bigging him up on social media because I like to stay humble with Josh. It's your son, innit? You don't want to. I don't want to. It's funny. I think I put pressure on everyone else's children but my own, or child but my own. But Josh is doing his thing, you know, and he's always been that footballer that is a giver. He's a supplier, and he had 4 great assists. 4 great
Is that
assists.
Mr. Juma? It's Spencer Fearon, my friend.
Yes, Spence, you good, bro? A long time.
Yeah, man, I'm good. Yeah, Gary just sent me a number. He was just on the show. So I've just sent you a link. We just want to talk about your fight and your fight with Richard Riakpo, because it's a big boy fight. And like a couple of people on the show in the comments are saying, yeah, get Dion on, get him on. So this is for the people that, Kurt Campbell said, is Dion coming on, like little gas man. So like, therefore, yeah. So you can click the link, and our producer Gary will put you straight on the show if you want, my friend.
As in, like, what? As in a video call?
You can do a video. We could do it right now as a phone call, but I would like the people to see your face, my friend. Just put a baseball cap on if you ain't cut your hair. Don't worry.
Cream your face and have a coffee, mate.
Yeah, Ton, you just said, say that again, Ton.
Cream your face and have a coffee, Dion, man. Big up bruv, just press the link. You can do it on your phone. Otherwise, just do a FaceTime. That's if you're.
I'll send him the link.
Okay, cool. It'd be good to.
All right. So we're waiting for you to jump in. Respect, my brother. Love.
Cool, bro.
Big up.
That's how we work.
Raheem, go. Uncle Tunde, I got mine and my son's tickets to Wembley. Hope Yard is chief support and not Big John Fury. Laugh out loud. Bruv, it's there. You know, it's all, Anthony said it. You know, I was with Big Frank today at the Arsenal game, and we all want to be on that card, but it's just got to be the right guy for Ant. You know, a lot of people are turning the fight down. We had another 4 fighters turn us down today. You know, Anthony's not a guy that he just go in the ring with, fam, because you're gonna get punched up. But yeah,
Anthony, come on, man. 84 boxing, black book settings. Come on, man. Christopher Anthony, the black book is serious. It is serious, but I ain't really gone in because, like, me and Tony really want to talk about. We spoke about Lee Wood and Conlan, so that was a major thing. I mean, I want to speak about that. We've done that. We've done that extensively, and I'm just waiting now for Dion Juma to just jump on the thing because I'm really interested in listening to what this young man's got to say about this fight, because I'm telling you, this is a serious fight.
Spence, before Dion jumps on, has this fight been made? Boatsi versus Richards.
You know what? I might have to ring Craig. I've heard, but I think there's a little couple dottings of the I's and crosses of the T's to go on for the fight to happen. But I believe that fight is going to be next. I might have to ring Virgil Hunter and ask him, but I believe that's next. I spoke to one of Craig's advisors. They were saying that the fight is pretty close to being signed. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that fight.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to The Fight Is Right, the man looking like Keith Sweat. Man look like Keith Sweat. He's so smooth. The one, the only, Mr. Dion Juma. Bro, I told you, bro. You see that man lean up his head to the side. That's how them soul singers move, fam. Yeah, cool. What's going on, D?
All good, man. Like, got some good news last week.
Yes.
Was it 2 weeks ago? And just in preparation for that, obviously, was preparing for Lawal. Lawal pulled out. I think Richard's opponent, who's also a southpaw, pulled out. So the fight just made sense, you know. I've been wanting to fight Richard for about 3 years.
Wow.
So, and it makes for entertaining cruiserweight dust-up.
Have you ever moved around with him or sparred with him in the past? Or
With Richard, yeah.
oh wow,
On quite
okay.
a few occasions, yeah.
Okay, so you
Come on, spill the beans, man. Who got the better in the spot?
Sparring. I'd say
I don't care. Who got the better in the spot, dude?
I'd say I got the better in the spar.
Press the button, Tom.
Obviously. No, listen. When you have these conversations with people, it always is totally different from each boxer. You have two boxers who sparred each other who take totally opposite things.
I agree.
I'm not going to go too much into it, but I'm saying I got the better of the spar. It doesn't matter because it's just sparring and we're fighting in 2 weeks, so we're going to see who the best is.
Definitely. Spence?
I'm looking forward to this fight. I'm going to tell you why I'm looking forward to this fight. As I just, for me to reiterate what I just said to your trainer, Gary Logan, and I think that's a really good combination of you two working together. I see the little nuances that you work on. And Gary Logan's very, very much old school. You know what I mean? He's of the Eddie Futch era simply because he worked with Mike McCullum, the former freeweight world champion, when Mike McCullum came over here to box in 1992. So when I'm looking at these kind of things, I'm saying to myself, like, yeah, it's good for boxing right now that we're getting young cats like yourself being around men who have come from lineage. You know what I mean? They've been around good trainers, so they pick up bits themselves. And I've noticed that you're very learned because I see the things that you post regularly. I've been speaking about your name, and I'm talking all like 4 years ago when I was at Sky saying like that, look out for this guy, look out for this young man, right? So now this is a massive opportunity for you because Richard Rapport has got this big mechanism of the boxer and he's like their star boy. You know what I mean? No doubt in your mindset now you're looking to interrupt his star quality to take that over. That's why I'm looking forward to this fight because one thing I do know for certain, this is going to be a fight. Not going to say it's going to be no scrappy fight. It's going to be a fight. I think it's going to be very, very technical. And I think it's a man that can hold his head the best under fire that will come out victorious.
Yeah. I think Richard possesses qualities that will bring the best out of me on fight night. He's big. He's a power puncher. Once he's got you hurt, he keeps punching. I think anyone's got to be on their A game to beat Richard. But this is what we plan on doing on fight night. There are gaps in his game, quite a lot. But I feel like he's managed to get away with those things because he's so big, he's so powerful, and he's got that equalizer. But we're going to nullify all of that on fight night.
Interesting, as Tunde will say.
So I mean, tell us a bit about your mindset going into this, Rich, because I know, you know, obviously you have sparred with him in the past, and I mean, just tell the Fighters Right listeners what type of boxer you are, because but just listening to you, I can tell you're very cerebral. You've sparred with Ant on a few occasions, 2 occasions. So I remember, and I was telling the people before you came on that I remember you being a good boxer, a very good boxer. So just tell us a bit about your style of fighting, and I know you had some injuries.
We can talk about styles of fighting, but I've been taught to fight in many different ways. If you watch me coming up, I don't think there might be a couple, but I don't think there's more than 3 fights where you see me where, Dion fights like that. I've always been building. I've always been working on weaknesses. I've always been working on what makes me uncomfortable. I'm a southpaw, and I feel like a lot of fighters, when they're fighting a southpaw, they feel like, oh, he's a southpaw, need to go away from his left hand, and it's just a typical thing. But that ain't it.
Trust me.
That ain't it. Do you know what I mean? I can go left, right, backwards, forwards. I've been learning this. I've been really trying to not have any weaknesses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Spence?
how much does this fight mean to you, Rich? You going up? Sorry, how much? Someone just sent me this to ask you this question. Said, right, to ask you, how much does this fight mean to you to go up against Richard Riakporhe?
Everything. Everything. I've been a while out. I had an eye injury. I had 4 operations. Then I had problems getting my license back, and then we had to get some. I had a solicitor on board because Stefano Genesis, who actually helps me to get my license back off the British Boxing Board. It took a whole year to get the license back. So injured for a year, then another year to get their license back. If there's something that's like a guarantee, it's that I want this.
Yes.
It was easier to stop boxing. It was easier to walk away, find something else to do. As many people say, it's the easier ways to make a pound note. This is where I want to be. This is where I belong. I was mandatory for the British title while this was all going on. So the plan was, I'm going to fight for that title because I've earned it. But as it seems, something better has come along in a fight with Riakporhe and a big world ranking after this fight.
I remember you caused a bit of an upset when you went to, I'm not too sure where it was. I saw it was up north and you beat Sam Hyde. And Sam Hyde at that time, they had high hopes for him. And again, it's another example of you probably being overlooked. And you just spoiling the apple cart. I remember you stopped Wadi Camacho, stopped Ozzy Javea. A lot of people don't know Ozzy can punch. Ozzy's a puncher, but you've got good wins on your record against some tough guys.
Yeah.
And
Tunde, sorry, I'm just gonna stop you there. Like, a lot of people will say these are upsets.
Yes.
But to me, these ain't upsets. These are fights I should be winning.
Yes, sir.
And that's the mindset I went in with those fights.
Yes.
Like, I'm the favorite in my eyes. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
and I'm not like I don't know. Like I don't make things up to make myself feel better or anything. But I see the fight for what it is.
Yes.
And I should be winning those fights. With Richard, I'm talking skill set. I know what he has. I know what makes him dangerous. I respect what he's done. He's fought some good fighters. I think he's fought quite a few undefeated, good coming out fighters.
Yeah, and beat him.
Yes. But I'm telling you, I should be beating Richard. That's the pressure I'm putting on myself.
Come on. Come on. I need Richard to come in
bro.
the thing.
But why should you be beating Richard, Dion?
I'm a better boxer than him. I'm a better pugilist than him. This game, as you both know, there's more to this game than punching. There's more to this game than exchanges. Richard is very good in the exchanges. Everything else, I'm not the biggest fan.
Okay. Get Richard out of his bed.
But Richard ain't picking up the phone.
And you see what I'm trying to say? Richard don't respect your black book powers.
Yeah, Richard, yeah, he ain't respecting the black book powers, but it's all good. Listen, we've got Dion here today, and it's great listening to you and hearing from you. And as I've known anyway, you're an articulate man. You can articulate. You're a boxing man. A lot of people, if they are underestimating you, it will definitely be at their peril. And I'm sure Richard wouldn't be underestimating you, and it makes for a great fight. So I wish you all the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it,
Tunde. Keep doing what you're doing. You got a great man in your corner, Gary Logan, another real boxing guy. And this is what's talking about the trainers. I don't know too much about Fernandez, but I know Gary Logan is a proper boxing old school fighter.
Nobody knows anything about Fernandez.
No. But these two guys have got to get in there, and the corners do mean a lot. They definitely do. But what means more to me is the relationship between the fighter and the trainer. And as long as you've got a great relationship, which I believe that the both of you have, you know, it's going to be a good night. I wish you nothing but the best, Dion, and thank you for coming on the show.
I appreciate it. Take care, guys.
Salute. I know, like, you're in training. I'm so looking forward to this fight. You know what I mean? I'm not on no one's side. I'm on God's side. So whoever wins,
side.
I'm glad that you know that, right?
Boxing,
but
boxing
you know what I mean?
wins. Boxing wins that
boxing
night.
does win. But you know what? I'm just praying for a fantastic. I'm not have to pray because I know it's going to be a fantastic fight, right?
Yes,
Peace, 2 fingers, man. Love, yeah.
Take care, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dion Juma on The Fight Is Right. Big up, sir. Salute.
Right, I'm going to answer this young man's question. RZ says, Spencer, I'm a 14-year-old kid trying to achieve something big in boxing. I'm a southpaw. Who shall I watch? And I'm going to tell you, we just alluded to it. Watch Marvin Hagler. Marvin Hagler was a supreme boxer. People seem to forget this. A supreme boxer. And like on many fights, but his fight against Mustafa Hamsho is a fight that is like a wow moment because Hagler could dominate you with his southpaw jab. And that jab was hard. Very, very hard. I would say also watch Manny Pacquiao. But to me, the greatest southpaw of all time is Pernell Whitaker. I would have thought watch Pernell Whitaker because you can't really replicate the things that Pernell done because he has some different kind of juju going on. But please, RZ, go and watch Marvin Hagler, right? And you will learn that guy how he throw his right hand jab was purposeful. But it was also deliberate because you turn the knuckle at the end to cut your skin. So watch some Marvin Hagler. All right, my friend. Take care. God bless. Love you.
And
right.
You got what you can't. You got to tell you watch Sweet Pea as well because Sweet Pea's a man.
Yeah, no, he's the man. But you can't. But it's very difficult to replicate the things that.
If he's an amateur boxer, would you say Sweet Pea is a better person to study for the amateur scene? But I mean, all fighters are. You know, you have something to learn from them.
No, I don't know. And also, this guy, Mardy Toon, I have no beef whatsoever with Angel Fernandez. I don't know him. You know what I mean? I'm just want to know.
You got beef with all these people, Spence.
Everyone thinks I got beef with, man. You know what? Because you're welcome, RZ. No, because I speak my mind, people think, oh, Spence, you must have beef with them. No, I just actually speak my mind because I'm not begging no friends from no one. I'm not being disrespectful by the things I'm saying. I'm just playing God's advocate. You know what I mean? And seeing as his name is Angel Fernandez, he shouldn't take no offense to it because we should be on the same frequency vibe. And if you're not, then I have to rename you from Angel Fernandez to Devil Fernandez if you get offended.
Come on. Oh, type, Baba. I didn't even read the comment. I just saw Roadman Science. Big up Roadman Science. When I see The Fight Is Right, I turn it on my TV and laptop and on my phone to type comments, free streams of knowledge, and the founder of the legendary phrase Roadman Science. Yes, sir. Come on.
Tell you. Right, now A said fallen Angel Fernandez, you're taking liberties.
It's gonna be a great, but you know what? Listen, man. People always criticize people who are in the spotlight. And what makes them great is that they have the fortitude to let all these comments and criticism and opinions slide off their back. So, you know, listen, Angel Fernandez, in my opinion, must be doing something right, Spence.
He wouldn't have Frazier, he wouldn't have Andy Joshua, he wouldn't have Ricky Rapport. He wouldn't have them, man. If he couldn't know, he wouldn't have them, man, around him.
Yeah, he must be doing something right. Definitely.
Exactly.
Definitely. So big up.
I just want to know your resume. That's all I want to know, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. There's absolutely no beef. We're just boxing people, and unlike many, Spencer definitely talks his mind. I talk my mind as well. Don't worry about that. When it's called for, I'm a bit more diplomatic than Spencer. Spencer's just real roadman science. But it's all love. We're all the same. Birds of a feather flock together. Spence, we got 15 minutes left of the show. Is there anything we haven't touched on? We actually haven't really touched on the Tyson Fury and the Dylan White. And it's because Dylan White has been so quiet, Spence.
You know what? And deliberately so. I could disturb Dylan right now and phone him, but I don't want to do that because I know the reason behind why he's not doing any of this press stuff and all the rest of it. I know why he's doing it. And I'm saying with a big fight like this, I wish that he did just because I want to see the entertainment. But on a personal level, and as a man that I know in a professional and personal light, I'm not going against the reasons why he's doing what he's doing. What I didn't like is like Gareth A. Davis, right? Who's a friend of the show. But Gareth A. Davis said that Dylan White should be sued for not turning up, right?
Wow.
But we also know that Gareth A. Davis is a big Tyson Fury man, a massive Tyson Fury man, because he's getting unlimited access to Tyson Fury, and you're not getting none by Dylan White. But I know that Dylan took offense to that phrase, you know. You know what I mean? He said, "What's the man calling out my name?" But he said, "Don't worry, man. I'm on this thing." So I'm just looking forward to this fight. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I'm that fight there. Definitely looking forward to it. Even worse, if Andy Yard's on the chief support,
Well,
definitely.
It's gonna be listen, I'm praying to the gods that we do get a call. Someone does accept the fight and we fight. It's got to be the right fight because we have our own destiny, which we want to fulfill ourselves. But it would be absolutely, Ant's a fighter, and it would be great exposure.
Yeah, come on. It would be massive
to fight on such a massive.
It would
card.
be absolute. It would be massive. Yep. Marty Toon says Tunde and Spencer remind me of Nigerian and Jamaican boys who used to fight each other in school, then backed each other when anyone else tried anything. I'm glad that you know. That's exactly us.
That's exactly how we are.
You know what I mean?
Bare times I broke up Spencer.
I don't know what this boy was lying for. Man, don't talk about that water. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know what I mean? By the water don't poison you.
Yeah. So it's all good. You absolutely got that one bang on correct. Reactions to Tunde's black book is so empty. He doesn't even have Andy Yard's phone number on it. Nah, bro, Spencer's the black book man, but I think I've got Andy's number, and I do think I got Andy's number, but I do have that, so that's one number I can say 1,000,000% I've got.
What are you talking about? Tunde don't even have his own phone number. Tunde blocks himself.
Nick Hammer says over 300 in the chat. Come on, lads, let's make it 200 likes for the channel. Yes, sir. Come on. Callum Smith versus Yard. All these are big fights down the line, but we're in a position that if other light heavyweight, remember, we done that before. We came back to the British scene when we were already world rated and we fought Lyndon Arthur. Things happened outside the ring and we had to go back and right the wrongs. We are back now in the position. Not many fighters get to the number 1 spot twice within a year, within 3 years. Some man get one shot. You're talking about someone who had, again, I'm sounding repeating myself a lot. 12 amateur fights. Within 5 years, he's fought for 1 world title already and about to fight for another 3 belts. So, we're doing things. We're doing the right things, and we ain't just gonna let someone just because they want to fight who's lower than us, lower ranked than us, just get a shot. Let them work their way up the rankings, with their promoters or what have you, and fight. Callum Smith is in the WBC. I think he's the number 1 in the WBC, if I'm not mistaken, Spence.
Yep.
So really, he's in line. So Callum Smith won't be fighting us. Callum Smith is with the Zone. So why don't you make Callum Smith versus Buatsi? Why? There's a fight for you.
Allegedly, Buatsi is fighting Craig Richards.
Okay.
So the Spider and Buatsi. I don't even know what Buatsi's
Man said Tunde's got a pink book. Not black book. Man said Tunde's got a pink book. Nah, he's taking liberties, Christopher. He's taking liberties. Nah, but bruv, these guys, let them fight. What advice would you give to Lyndon Arthur for his career from here, Spencer?
My advice to Lyndon Arthur, is continue doing what you're doing, because whatever you did got you to this point. You know what I mean? So work harder, work smarter. I'm not, you know what I mean? Because you have to remember what kind of entity of a monster that he was winning in that rematch. Andy Yard went in there with some different pent up aggression, you know? Right? Different pent up aggression. So I would say my advice to Lyndon Arthur is this. Lyndon Arthur is a very good boxer. I don't give a damn about anyone. He's a very, very good boxer. But now it's funny because, I mean, I don't want to go back to my call. I said that y'all was going to stop him. I was like, just saying that because it's Tunde's, you're Tunde's pal and blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. But I knew what Andy Yard was bringing that night. You know what I mean? And it was artful butchery, as the great late Reg Guthrie used to say. That's what it was. But Lyndon Arthur, as far as I'm concerned, is still up there in the rankings and is the second best light heavyweight in the country.
Yes, sir.
And that's that. And anybody want to argue, say, no, you can't say that. No, I've just said it. You know what I mean? And as long as he's not demoralized mentally, he can come back from that. But it's just that style of make fights. And then Iyad, on his night, has got a totally wrong style for him. Simple as that. But I do believe that he can come back. And I hope that he sorts out whatever. I heard there was a bit of a flaky bit between him and Pat Barrett. I don't know if there's any truth on it, but that's what I heard. And I think if he gets his mind right, he can come back and do something.
Okay. RZ says, Spencer, quick question on Al Heyman. Where is he? He's not at his events. How come he has gone hiding? Is he too old and is unable? Bob Arum is old. Is he still at event? RZ, no. I know you're a young. Wait, RZ, I know you're a young man. Al Heyman is at the events.
Thank you.
You go and look at De La Hoya, Floyd again. Go look at Cotto, Floyd. I was there. You just don't. Yeah,
he was changing rooms and everything.
I was there. I was at the event.
Like he don't give interviews. You know what I mean? He leaves it. He's saying like all Al Heyman's done. He's done a Don King in reverse.
Yeah, I was there. Trust me. He's there. He's in the crowd, especially for Floyd fights. He's there, but the cameras don't go on him. They've been told not to go on him.
Yeah,
but he's there, especially in the Floyd fight. He was at the what other fight was he at? I think the Zab fight.
He's at all of the fights. You see with the change room. He was at the Madonna fight.
Yeah, the Madonna. When did he have the pink shorts on? What fight was that? Bowdermere fight.
Yeah,
remember Bowdermere. But you have to look for him because he ain't on a hype thing. But he's there, my man. He's there. Thank you, Boxing Support, for your £5. Yard has extraordinary power. When his confidence is there, the man will smash through many ribs. Powerful fella. Well done, Tunde. And you know what? It's not that I'm with Ant every day. Bruv. There ain't no light heavyweight that can punch that Anthony Yard. No, sir. No, sir. Bruv. We've sparred with some of Dylan White's sparring partners. Let them tell you about man's power. So you're right. You know, but as Dion Juma said, boxing isn't all about power. It is a lot about power, don't get me wrong, but there are other facets that make up a complete fighter. And having an equalizer is definitely a good thing. Sometimes, because you can be a good boxer and not win a fight because you're fighting a man who's got power. So I think if it's down to power and skills, me personally, I'm going with power. Because Conlan had skills more than Lee Wood. If I don't know, do you agree with that, Spence?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Conlan had more skills. Yeah, he did. 1,000,000%.
Yeah, but the power just caught up with my man. Mike Tyson, but again, a lot of time when we talk about power punchers, you're going on like they ain't got a boxing IQ. They absolutely have. Mike Tyson had one of the
Tyson had a great IQ.
One of the highest IQs out there, you know. And so and can punch, but definitely he has so much more to his arsenal, and you know he's displayed that thus far. And But we got big dreams, we got big ambitions. He said that, and I said that on many occasions. And we just see what the future holds. Boxing is it's a journey. So, but thank you very much for your support, boxing support. Yes, sir. Um, Lyndon coming to train in Sheffield. All right, Spence. So maybe that buttresses what you've just said about Pat Barrett and Lyndon.
Yeah, well, just you hear stuff. Whether it's true or not, you don't know, but you hear stuff. And and when I hear stuff on those kind of things, I'm not the type of person to pick up the phone and ring Pat Barrett. Oh, I heard that.
Yes.
I'm not in it. Yeah, I mean, when it comes out, it comes out, because really and truly, that's not my business. You know what I mean? I mean, that's not my business. So I'm
Mohammed Zihan, you come down the gym and take a punch. Bro, I can say what I want. You mean I can't say that? I just said it. You mean I can't say it? I just said it, fam. Anyway, everyone is entitled to their opinion, and everybody feels their fighter is the better fighter. That's just how it goes.
Listen, if you're a trainer and you don't think your fighter is, you're in the wrong job.
You were the wrong trainer. You were the wrong trainer. Nebraska Osman says, you think Amir Khan is using the rematch clause as leverage for a smart business move to get a substantial amount of step-aside money? I mean, after all Asians culturally know business. Spence, what did you say? What would you say about that?
I don't believe that. I think he actually wants the rematch. That's what I believe.
Ashante, have you ordered this t-shirt? Let me know, because there's, I don't know, the postal service has been going mad. One of the guys ordered the Roadman t-shirt, bro, some weeks ago. We had to resend it this week. So my guy does order that, resend it. So I don't know if you've actually ordered it, but let me know. Just send me a text if you've ordered it and you're awaiting it, because we'll get that out to you. The Stamina for Sale t-shirts will be on the YouTube website very soon, because we've passed the 10,000 subscribers mark now, so we can actually sell the t-shirts on the YouTube channel, and there will be a link direct to the website. So yeah, look out for that.
Bobby, right? Come on, Bobby. What are you saying, Bobby? Tunde Spence. Can you ask Gary to put the episode on Spotify, please? As I had to dip in and out because of my daughter. Okay, my daughter was unsettled. Yeah, no, that is going to go up on there anyway, because I know Gary's on that right now, so he put it up on there so you can grab it. I've been grateful for today's show, Ton. I've seriously really been grateful. Not only that, but I got a microphone, so I mean, I know it's not going to echo, so people don't have to be worrying about how they're listening to me. But yes, I am truly grateful to be on there with my brother from another mother. You know what I mean? And like Gary is doing his bits. Gary's our guy, mate. You know what I mean? Gary works so hard because he puts everything together.
Behind the camera.
Yeah, like me and Ton say, yeah, run this, do that. You know what I mean? Gary certain times out in Waitrose. You know, Gary shops in Waitrose, and he's just got that Waitrose face in it. You know what I mean?
Come on. Froze, what are you talking about? You see anyone promoting gang violence? What? Because I said roadman science. How does that in any way insinuate that we're promoting gang culture? But right. I tell you what it does. It means you're blocked.
No. Before you do that, before you block him.
Like that.
No, have you blocked him already?
I'm about to block him. So say what you want to say.
Let's explain to you what roadman science is. Roadman science is a mentality. Roman science is like, exactly. Yeah, you want it, and you're gonna go after it, and you're gonna go grab it. So when Tunde's talking about the roadman science, which got quoted in the Sun newspaper, right?
Yes, sir.
About how and in the Daily Mail, yep. Right? When Tunde's talking about this roadman science, he's talking about a mentality, meaning that you're going to grab this thing with two hands, right? Yes, roadman science, because you're hungry, because you're from the roads. That's what it means. Right? Yes. Not no gang foolishness. Roadman science could mean that you're a father with 4 children and you hustle really hard and you maneuver yourself in position so you can maintain for your family and your wife. That's roadman science. Roadman science could also mean, that you're going through a certain adversity in your life, and as you're going through that adversity in your life, you are not going to quit because you've got this embedded inside of your heart of your tunnel vision and focus. That is romance science. Romance
Come
science
on.
does not in any way mean that we're going to rob, steal, and pillage and do anything against the law, because that's not romance science. That's criminality.
Talk the thing, Spence. Talk the thing.
But when my brother from another mother is saying the romance science, that is what he's talking about, because we are from the roads.
And let me just say, the word science is a noun, and it actually means the intellectual and practical activity encompassing the systematic study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world through observation and experiment. So, bro, don't try to bring no romantic. Bro, you try to bring some negative connotation in it, so you're blocked. How you like that one?
Simple as that.
Yeah, and what a great way to finish up. Old time Bobby Wright. You know you're always going to get some silly man trying to put some negative spin on our thing. It can't work, because we are examples of people coming from a certain environment but thinking bigger than in the environment, and then going back to their environment which they came from and showing people how beware of certain traps which may or may not have been laid for you, but don't fall in them. Don't fall for the old okie doke. Just keep, have a goal, have a vision. This is what we're trying to say to people, because we've all been there. Not all of us, but certain of us, myself and Spencer, we've been there. We've been on the streets, and we know what works and what doesn't work. And we just want people to have a goal and go for it. Never give up. Work hard. Dedicate yourself to one particular thing, which is very hard, and you can make it. You can be successful. Don't let anyone fool you. If you work hard, you can work hard and still not get nothing. That's the biggest lie perpetuated to people from the inner cities. It's a lie. Hard work, you reap what you sow.
Simple as that.
Sow as you reap. There you go. Come on, dream it, believe it, become it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great show. Another lovely Sunday spent with my brother from another, my two brothers from another, the man behind the cam, Gary Blake, and the one, the only, the master knowledge, the Mr. Box Wreck himself, Spencer Fearon. Ladies and gentlemen, dream it, believe it, become it.
Come on down. Listen, man, we might have to jump onto something this week, because I know that Lee Wood is going to come talk to us, and I would love to talk to him over his fantastic win that he had yesterday in one of the greatest British fights, world title fights that this country's seen. So peace to fingers. I'm out. Peace and love to you all.